हाय फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल नर्सिंग एडुकेशन। आज की इस वीडियो में हम लोग पढ़ेंगे एनाटॉमी और फिजियोलॉजी का चैप्टर 2। तो चलिए सबसे पहले हम लोग पढ़ते हैं व्हाट आर इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स। इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स आर द इम्पोर्टेंट बॉडी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स बिकॉज दे कंडक्ट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी एसेंशियल फॉर मसल एंड नर्व फंक्शन। Second, exert osmotic pressure. And the third is act as buffer to resist pH change in our body fluid. So these are the important functions of electrolyte in our body. Next हम लोग पढ़ेंगे acid, base and pH. The measuring system used to express the concentration of hydrogen ion. A pH reading of below 7 indicates an acidic solution, while reading above 7 indicates a basic solution. Next, saliva has a pH of below 5.4 and 7.5, and the blood has a pH of kept between 7.35 and 7.45 between these. Next हम लोग पढ़ते हैं the lungs. The lungs help in control blood pH by regulating level of excreted CO2. It means lungs also help in maintaining the pH of our blood. Next, the kidney regulate blood pH by adjusting the excretion of hydrogen and bicarbonate ions. Kidney also helps blood for maintain their pH. They adjust by excretion of hydrogen ion so that the pH of blood is maintained in our body. Next, protein can also be used as an alternative energy source usually in starvation. Starvation means जब हम लोग 1-2 दिन के लिए खाना नहीं खाते हैं, at that time our stored protein is used. Next हम लोग पढ़ेंगे lipid. Lipids are made up mainly of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen atom and some certain additional elements like nitrogen and phosphorus combine to form lipid. The most important group of lipid includes fat, phospholipid, certain vitamins, prostaglandin and steroids. These are the important group of liquid. First one is fat, stored in adipose tissue as an energy source. Saturated fat tends to be solid, whereas unsaturated fats are in fluid state. Next, phospholipid, and the third one is certain vitamins. Fat soluble vitamins are vitamin A, D, E and K. These are fat soluble vitamins. And the fourth one is prostaglandin. Prostaglandin is derived from the fatty acid, and the last one is steroid. These are the some most important group of lipid. Next हम लोग पढ़ेंगे enzyme. Enzyme are protein that act as a catalyst for biochemical reaction. They speed the reaction up but are not themselves changed by it, and therefore can be used over and over again and again. It means enzymes are the catalyst used for the enhance the speed of the chemical reaction, but they cannot take parts in the chemical reaction. नेक्स्ट हम लोग पढ़ेंगे कंट्रोल सिस्टम ऑफ द ह्यूमन बॉडी. A control system has mainly 3 basic components. First one is detector, second one is control center, and the third one is effector. In control system, nearly all are controlled by negative feedback mechanism. Positive feedback mechanism is much less common, but important example include control of uterine contraction during the childbirth and the blood clotting. It means negative feedback mechanism is more important than positive feedback mechanism. In many cases, in 90% cases, negative feedback mechanism control our body, but only in 10 to 15% positive feedback mechanism is used in our body. So let's start and read Negative feedback mechanism. Negative feedback mechanism means that any movement of such control system away from the normal set point is neglected. If the variable rises, negative feedback brings it down, and it falls, negative feedback brings it back to its normal level. It means any mechanism of our body increases from their set point, then negative feedback mechanism helps to bring back them to the normal position. In this negative feedback mechanism, we will study about the temperature control in our body. So we will study the example of negative feedback mechanism. Body temperature is one of the most important example of physiological variable controlled by negative feedback mechanism. When body temperature falls below the persistence level, means that is 37 degree, this is detected by specialized temperature sensitive ending nerves mainly present on the skin. They relay this information to the hypothalamus of the brain, where the body temperature control center is located. The hypothalamus then activates mechanism that raises body temperature. These include these factors. It means when our body temperature is increased from 37 degrees Celsius, that is the set point of our body, then negative feedback mechanism sense this temperature and transfer the message to the brain, means to the hypothalamus. Then from that everything is controlled step by step. In this process, first step is stimulation of skeletal muscles causing shivering. First one. Second one, narrowing of the blood vessels in the skin, reducing the blood flow to and heat loss from the periphery. And the last one is behavioral changes. We put on more cloth on curl up. It means when our body temperature is below 37 degree, at that time our temperature regulating nerves sense the temperature and send the message to the hypothalamus. Then these activities are done by the hypothalamus. First one is stimulation of skeletal muscles causing shivering. Second, narrowing of blood vessels. This is the most important thing. Narrowing of blood vessels in the skin, reducing the blood flow and the heat loss from the periphery. These are the important functions done by our nerves present on the skin at the time of our body temperature below our set point, that is 37 degrees Celsius. नेक्स्ट हम लोग पढ़ते हैं when body temperature rises, at that time also negative feedback mechanism help it to bring down to the normal position by the same process. नेक्स्ट हम लोग पढ़ेंगे positive feedback mechanism. The good example of positive feedback mechanism include blood clotting and the uterine contraction during labor. During labor, contraction of the uterine are stimulated by the hormone oxytocin, and these force the baby head into the uterine cervix, stimulating stretch receptor here. In response to this, more oxytocin is released, further strengthening the contraction and maintaining labor. After a baby is born, the stimulus is no longer persist, and so release of oxytocin stop, and everything goes on the normal position. So in this case, positive feedback mechanism is used. So the example of positive feedback mechanism is first blood clotting, and the next one is uterine contraction during labor. नेक्स्ट हम लोग पढ़ेंगे मूवमेंट ऑफ सब्सटेंसेस विद इन द बॉडी फ्लूइड. फर्स्ट वन इज डिफ्यूजन. Diffusion is the movement of molecule from one area of higher concentration to an area of lower concentration. For example, as we see in the figure before, diffusion and after diffusion. Next, diffusion can also occur across a semi-permeable membrane such as the cell membrane or a capillary wall. Only small or soluble molecule enough to cross the membrane can diffuse through. For example, oxygen diffuses freely through the wall of the alveoli. These are the good example of diffusion. Next हम लोग पढ़ेंगे osmosis. Osmosis is just same as diffusion, but here only a semi-permeable membrane is present between the two concentration gradient. While diffusion of molecule across a semi-permeable membrane result in equal concentration on the both side of the membrane called osmosis. एग्जाम्पल में आप देख सकते हैं मूवमेंट ऑफ वाटर फ्रॉम हायर कंसंट्रेशन टू द एरिया ऑफ एंड लोअर कंसंट्रेशन. इट मीन्स a pore in the membrane are too small to allow the sugar molecule through, so only water can pass. The sugar concentration in the right hand compartment is higher in the left, so keep the sugar concentration the same on the both sides of the membrane. Water molecules move to the right hand compartment. So these are the good example of osmosis. नेक्स्ट आप लोग इस फिगर में देख सकते हैं there are three states. First one is isotonic solution, next one is hypotonic solution, and the third one is hypertonic solution. It means in the first case concentration of solution and concentration of the cell is same, so no diffusion occur. Second one is concentration of solution is more than the concentration of the cell, so the diffusion occur and the solution enters into the cell. And in the third condition, concentration of solution is less than the concentration of cell, so the cell diffuses out and finally shrink. Next हम लोग पढ़ेंगे fluid compartments. The total body weight in adult is average is about 40 liters and 60% of body weight. It means our body composed of approx 60% of water. It is also lower in females than males because females have proportionally more adipose tissue than muscle tissue than males, and adipose tissue is only 10% water compared to 75% present in the muscle tissue. It means adipose tissue contain only 10% of water while muscle tissue contain 75% of water. So more water is present in the male than the female because female contain more adipose tissue while the male contain more muscular tissue. Next, about 22% of body weight is extracellular fluid water and 38% is intracellular water. तो इस फिगर में आप देख सकते हैं our body is mainly intracellular fluid which contains 70% and the extracellular fluid which is 30%. तो आज की इस वीडियो में मैंने फर्स्ट चैप्टर एनाटॉमी और फिजियोलॉजी का वन शॉट में कंप्लीट किया. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में.